Hi, we're filming a vlog today. Something I feel like I'm being requested all the friggin' time. And to be honest, I'm not mad about it because I like filming vlogs and you seem to love vlogs. So we will do a vlog today, not a weekly vlog. We will do a one-day vlog because I recently came back from my Iceland vacation and to be quite honest, before my Iceland vacation, I was kind of spiritually burned out a little bit. I was in general pretty burned out, and so I decided in Iceland I will basically do nothing. Like the height of what I would do would be to read. So I was in Iceland just doing nothing. I didn't work. I didn't, like, apart from filming some bits for you, but I didn't really work. I didn't do anything spiritually, really, apart from feeling the energies around the places that I have been, but that's about it. And that was the best decision ever because I came back so motivated. I want to do all the stuff. I want to give all the offerings. I want to do all the rituals. I want to connect to all the spirits, and that's just great. I love seeing how my motivation and my energy has come back. So I thought, maybe I could document some of the things that I want to do. I've planned some things today. The most important thing that I want to do is that I want to connect to a new plant that I will show you later on in the vlog. But I also want to do a little success spell because the YouTube algorithm seems to hate me. At least I've heard from multiple people that they don't really see my videos in their subscription box anymore. So that's shit. So I hope that maybe with a little success spell on a Sunday, which I feel like makes sense, I can maybe push the algorithm again a little bit. We will see. But apart from that, I have actually a lot of plans today, which I didn't really think about before making the plans. I have a pole class today. I will work on a secret project that I can't talk about yet because I don't even know if it will actually happen, but I will work on a secret project with some friends today. And there's also my Discord community chill out evening today, so I will quickly chill with my Discord community. Yeah, that's what it is. Because I've been to Iceland, I haven't attended the past few weeks, I think the past 3 weeks. So I really want to do that today, but that's a lot of time actually. But we will see. Maybe this will become a 2-day vlog because tomorrow is a national holiday, so I'm not working tomorrow. So maybe I will vlog a little bit today, tomorrow. We will see. But I have to get ready now because you see, I'm still in my comfy suit. So I will quickly have some breakfast, get ready, and then we will go for a walk to meet the plant that I want to connect to today. I am very, very, very excited to meet this plant because I've been intuitively drawn to this plant for the past few days, since I've been home actually, so I'm excited. Let's do it. I thought I'd do my makeup with you so I can tell you what I'm planning for today. What I'm planning on doing is I really want to connect to blackberry, the plant. For some reason, I have felt very, very connected to blackberry. I realized that when I went on my first walk after I came back from Iceland, because there is a lot of there is a lot of blackberry growing around my area, like all around. It's all full of blackberry and a little bit of raspberry, I think, and a lot of hops. So there is a lot of climbing, winding plants growing around here. Yesterday, actually, I found a big patch of blackberry growing basically on the corner of the cemetery I like to go to. I saw that when I went for a walk with my boyfriend, and it's actually quite the quiet area around there, so it's not too busy, which is great. So I thought, oh, and actually there are two different types of blackberry growing there. Didn't even know they existed, but one of them has a little bit more of like sharper leaves. They look a little bit more aggressive. So I thought I could go there today and try to connect to blackberry. And I thought I probably won't show you what I'm doing exactly, because of course I need to focus, but I thought I could tell you a little bit how I do it. But yeah, I will probably do a separate video on how I connect to plant spirits, because it's a little bit of a longer process and it includes quite some steps. So it's not like, bye, son. Well, so it's not just like I take it in my hands and then I know exactly what I can do with it. It's quite the longer process. So yeah, I will kind of spoiler you in this video a little bit and maybe tell you a little bit about what I found out about blackberry. And I will put out a separate video where I go more in depth on how I do it. I guess that is what we will do today. And I already procrastinated far too much because, as I said, I have pole class, and I have pole class at 5 p.m. So I don't have too much time, and the place where I want to go is, I guess, like 30, 40, maybe even 45 minutes away by foot. And I can only go there by foot because it's on the huge ass cemetery. So I have to get going quite soon so that I have enough time, because the one thing I don't want to do is rush it. I want to take my time, especially if maybe there are people around the area, then I have time to let them pass and then do my thing again once they're done, once they're gone, because I personally don't feel comfortable doing anything witchy around people I don't know. So we will see. I usually don't really do things outside that often in general, simply because social anxiety reasons. But if I want to connect to a plant, then I have to, because as the first step, I really like to connect to the living plant. I don't want to start the process out with dead plant matter. So I have to go out and do it in front of people. So I always just try to find a place that's not too busy where I can do that. So I hope on the cemetery that will work out. Yeah, but it's quite funny how now that I'm back from Iceland, I am so motivated about doing witchy stuff. And with that, I'm also more motivated to vlog. And I think I just was spiritually burnt out before I left, because I mean, it makes sense. If I'm spiritually burned out, I don't feel like doing anything witchy. And if I don't feel like doing anything witchy, I also don't feel like vlogging, because what am I supposed to vlog about? A witchy vlog without doing anything witchy doesn't really make sense. So I just didn't feel like vlogging all the time, because I felt like it would be kind of disingenuous to film a witchy vlog and to force myself to do things when I don't actually feel like doing things. Alright, I made it to my little blackberry patch, and I verified that it's actually blackberry and not raspberry, because they look very much alike, apart from some tiny differences. I hope that you can hear me pretty well, because there are people right next to me, and they're apparently having a party, because it's a nice sunny day, and I'm right next to a lake where a lot of people are going. So I really hope that I found a nice spot where I can be alone for a little bit, because I would feel really uncomfortable with people walking by. So that's always a problem that I have whenever I go outside and I want to connect to plant spirits, is that I get anxious, because social anxiety, yay. So that is actually where we come to a sponsored part of the video, because one of the things I really like to do to kind of counteract this anxiety that I have when I'm doing something witchy outside is, wow, that was a loud bird, that is meditation. And something that I really like doing outside is walking meditations. And luckily, I found a lot of nice walking meditations on Aura, which you probably know that I did some collabs with them already. I really love Aura. So let us quickly go over to Sponsor Bente, and afterwards I will tell you a little bit about what I'm doing now with the raspberry plants. Aura is a new mindfulness and sleep app that has won the Best of Apple award, and it's currently used by over 7 million people. It's a great all-in-one app for your sleep and well-being, with thousands of meditations, sleep stories, and so much more, like cognitive behavioral therapy, life coaching, and even breathwork. Aura's content is created by hundreds of expert coaches and therapists around the world. It's highly customizable, notifying you about content that has been picked specifically for you every single day. You can also create personal playlists and work on mood trackers or gratitude journals, which is a great way to track your results. Personally, I am very picky when it comes to the background sounds during meditations. And on Aura, you can customize them. Do you like nature sounds? Great. Binaural beats? Amazing, they have them. Even white noise is possible. Aura is basically like a Spotify for your mind and soul. It has hundreds of guides from diverse backgrounds, and unlike with traditional meditation apps that just give you a few coaches in a one-size-fits-all package, on Aura it is very easy to find a guide that resonates with you. No wonder 87% of Aura users report an improvement in sleep and well-being in just the first 3 days. For me, Aura is really working. It not only helps me de-stress and stay calm long-term, but it also provides awesome guided meditations for acute anxiety attacks. You can get started using Aura now completely for free on Aura's website by using the special link in my video description. The first 500 people using this link get a 7-day trial and also exclusive 25% off. Alright, now that we have that dealt with, let us get into the big business of connecting with plant spirits. So, something that I like to do when I want to connect with a new plant spirit is, of course, meet the plant spirit in its natural habitat while it's still living. I don't really like starting out a connection with a dried, dead plant. If it is a plant that doesn't grow around me, then there's nothing I can do about it, then I have to do that. But if I have the chance to do that, I like to go outside and meet the plant where it's actually growing. So that's what I already did. I already came about a ton of blackberry plants, so I kind of started the whole thing out by kind of just trying to connect to some of those and try to feel out what they could teach me, maybe. So that was basically the first part. The second part is now that I will just observe the plant. I will have a very mundane look at it. I will see what it grows like, maybe if it's winding up another plant, which of course we know blackberry is doing, if it has thorns, what the shape of the leaves looks like. Then I will probably Google what the flowers look like and the fruit part, which I know, but if it's a plant that I don't know, then I would do that. So I go about it in a very mundane way first. So look at it, look what it grows like, how it behaves, maybe if it's poisonous, like anything mundane like that. And if I have checked out all of the mundane things, then I go into the spiritual stuff. But first, let's have a look at raspberry. Okay, so some observations that I already made. It is a climbing plant. It climbs and winds up on other plants or on itself. So I feel like that kind of teaches us. There's a loud ass bird right over me. So I feel like that teaches us that while we can do it by ourselves, because this plant can grow by itself, I have seen some that did not grow on other plants. So it kind of teaches us that while we can do it by ourselves and we will grow strong from that, it is okay to accept help from other people. Also, I feel like because it has thorns, yes, and it has like a very, very dark, nearly black fruit, it can definitely be used for baneful workings, and because it's climbing, of course, also for like binding spells and stuff. But I feel like because of the white, pink, very beautiful flower, I feel like it can also be used for maybe fertility or love workings or things like that. So I feel like blackberry is pretty much the sentence or the saying, blessing and bane grow on one stalk, like in one plant. Like on one side you have the black fruit and the thorns, but on the other side you have this wonderful, nice, white, pink flower. So I kind of feel like it's a very contrasting plant. It's definitely not boring. Yay. All right. As you saw, I took a little break after the long walk. That actually wasn't that long, but I felt like I needed a little reading break. But now in like half an hour, I think. Yeah. In about half an hour, I have to go to my pole class, but I needed to eat something beforehand, but I didn't really want to eat anything heavy, so a salad it is. Sorry in advance to anyone who doesn't like eating sounds. I will try to cut them out as best as I can. But I wanted to have now a little chat about raspberry because I feel like sorry, I inhaled couscous. I feel like raspberry is a very badass plant spirit. Oftentimes I feel like it's represented as very feminine, receptive, cold. And while I feel like that makes sense, I kind of feel like it's not like a motherly kind of plant. It's more like a badass kind of plant. I don't know, it kind of feels a little bit like Freya's energy. Yes, in a way soft, but also in a way very badass, and it could fuck you up if it wanted to, if that makes sense. I feel like it's also like, you didn't see that, but I gave the raspberry plant I worked with an offering in the end, and I got some of its leaves and some of its thorns. And I felt like if you didn't give this plant an offering, it would just take it through its thorns. So I feel like it's not a plant that you can fuck with, if that makes sense. And of course, what you saw today will not be the only thing that I will do to connect to this plant. I will research it in a myriad of ways and like connect it to it in other ways, taste it, smell it, a lot of it, meditate with it in a more chill way at home. If I want to really connect to a plant spirit, there's actually quite a lot that I want to do. I don't want to just look at a correspondences book and be like, oh, blackberry is used for this and that. Okay, then I'll do it, I guess. I like to kind of make my own connection and then figure out what I think about this plant and what that plant spirit tells me what we can do together. I feel like that's much more efficient than just looking at a book. I mean, yeah, it takes longer, but if you have a proper connection to the plant, then you will be able to do much better work together. Hello. I'm back from pole class. I had the secret meeting and I chilled out with my Patreons, which was very, very nice. We do this thing where every Sunday evening we have the possibility to just hang out in the voice chats, and it's always very, very nice to just chat with everyone around sometimes witchy things, but to be quite honest, I think most of the time we just chat about other things, but we always have the possibility for some witchy community building, so I always really, really enjoy that. But I have now, because I haven't eaten since before pole class, which was only a salad, so I have now finally some food in the oven. But while I'm waiting for some food, I wanted to share something with you, which I'm very excited about, because that is a shit ton of oils, because the last full moon I made a shit ton of oils, which I'm very, very excited about. We will start with something pretty boring, because I already had that on the shop, and that is a psychic boost oil that one can use when they want to meditate or do some spirit communication or anything where you could need a little boost when it comes to your clairsenses and your psychic abilities. But the more fun stuff, for example, is a fuck off oil, which is of course a banishing oil, which I'm very excited about, especially because it literally looks like it's black, which is very fun. I'm so happy. I am so happy. I'm so excited to see how they turn out and how they work. I also made a baneful oil for like hexes and curses and stuff like that, with a lot of stuff in there. I don't even remember from the top of my head what I put in there, but definitely thorns, I think, and a rusty nail, and dead moths, I think. Shit like that. So this will be good, I think. But I think the oil that I'm most excited about is a consecration oil, which my plan was that This by itself could be used as a consecration oil, but the plan was that whoever uses this would add something of themselves. So they could add, for example, a drop of blood. That is probably what I would do with it. But you could also add a fingernail, like a fingernail clipping or some hair, something from you that kind of establishes, no, you can't jump in the box. Something that establishes the connection between the oil and you, so that it's not just holy herbs, sacred herbs, but also something from you. Because I always feel like if I want to anoint something, to consecrate it, for example, I want to really establish a good connection. And I feel like if I have an oil and I would add some blood, for example, to it, and then I would use that mixture to consecrate items, for example, my runes or bones or candles or offerings or whatever, really, whatever tool or offering or anything, I feel like that could, or that would add a lot of oomph to the consecration. So I am extremely excited about the consecration oil, and I will probably use it all the friggin' time. I am so happy, but I still have to wait quite a lot of time until I can finish that off, because it has only been sitting on since 3 weeks. I think roughly 3 weeks, so it still has to, I was about to say it still has to brew for 3 weeks, but no, it still has to sit there and marinate for 3 weeks. I am so excited about that. It was also the first time that I made 4 oils on one full moon, but I felt like a Scorpio full moon is so perfect for so many things that I just wanted to use it for a lot of things. And I'm already wondering, because the upcoming Sunday is a Sagittarius full moon, so I also want to make some new oils, but I don't know which. I definitely probably want to make some kind of optimism oils, something positive. But I don't know what else. I will have to see. I'm not that familiar with Sagittarius, so I have to kind of feel into it to kind of figure out what I want to use that full moon for. But I guess I will now have dinner, and then afterwards I will see you again